Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, we're going to talk about LeBron James and how this man gets carried again to a Los Angeles Lakers win over the LA Clippers. Once again, I told you guys, the Lakers have not beaten anyone. The Lakers are one of the best teams in the league now. They're the only team in the league with 2 top 10 players on their roster. And I've told you guys, the NBA is taking a giant step backwards this season. There are no great teams in the NBA, man. But once again, LeBron James gets carried out there by Luka Doncic and the rest of his teammates who pick up the slack for LeBron James, as he has another 8 turnovers last night. Another 8 turnover game for LeBron James in year 22. And we're going to talk about in this video, man. This man combined for 12 turnovers between the last 2 games against the LA Clippers. They played the Clippers. Remember, this was 2 games in 3 nights that they played the Clippers. And in those 2 games, this man has a combined 12 turnovers, guys. We're going to talk about in this video. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states that's been supporting my channel, man. Shout out to Vietnam. I saw somebody in my comments earlier from Vietnam. I never knew that there was anyone watching my channel from Vietnam. So shout out to everybody in Vietnam that watches my channel that are true basketball fans. Thank you very much. And I want to send a special thanks out to Kevin Liu once again for coming through with the super thanks. I want to send a special thanks out to Kev Jono. I hope I said your name right, for coming through with the super thanks. I want to send a shout out, a special thanks to Mac Man, who came through with the super thanks on the 40th edition of LeBron James Fans Say Weird Things. And I want to send a shout out to all you guys that came through the live yesterday, that donate to the live. Shout out to Rise Above Anything, Story Games, Wavy Thames, Cash. I hope I'm not saying your names wrong, guys. Hayden Phoenix, Jolly Johnsons, King Speech Row, John Pettit, HNSN, my man Ivan over there, Heath Overledger, Sick'em Savage, JB was here, Sports T, shout out to Sports T, shout out to CP and the Lowly One. I know my intro is really long, guys, sometimes, but shout out to all you guys. Thank you very much for coming through with the super thankses, the super chats. Thank you for all the support, guys. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I wanted to talk about LeBron James out there being carried once again to a win by his teammates, guys. So, if you guys don't know, the Lakers beat the lowly LA Clippers again last night. This is the second game in 3 nights, I believe, that they played the Clippers. And the Lakers both won both games. And it pretty much a similar score. I believe last night was 102 to 108 or 108 to 102. And I believe it was the night before, a couple nights ago, was 106 to 102. So, you know, almost identical scores. And once again, LeBron James in both of these games being carried by his teammates, guys. What have I told you guys all season long? That the Lakers have been winning games despite LeBron James, despite the way that he's going out there and stat chasing, stat padding, not playing a lick of defense. So, yes, every once in a while, LeBron James will do a chase down block like he did last night against some 6'3" guy. This is what LeBron James does. He'll exert himself every once in a while because he'll rest all game long on defense for the hope that he'll be able to, do a chase down block on somebody at some point in the game. That's what he does. No one's impressed by this nonsense anymore. All right? Because like I said, where were you out throughout the entire game to play defense? Never around LeBron James consistently giving the effort on the defensive end. Excuse me, guys. So, the Lakers have been winning games this season, guys, despite LeBron James. Remember, early this year, the man had the worst plus-minus for any starter in the NBA this season, guys. He had the worst plus-minus for any starter in the NBA. He was like a negative 140 or 130, whatever he was. He's still negative for the season. And what that highlights and shows, once again, guys, this is not like LeBron James is negative 10 or he was negative 20, right? During the first 30, 40 games of the season. This man was negative over 130. So many, many times, LeBron James on the court, he's out there stat padding, chucking up shots, but giving up points, giving up shots because you're not playing any defense. So once again, you're not doing anything. There's no impact there. So your teammates have to pick up the slack for you. Anthony Davis and Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura and Dorian Finney-Smith and, D'Angelo Russell before he was traded. All these guys have to always cover for LeBron James. So when things go good, LeBron James gets the credit. When things go wrong, they blame his teammates. But once again, guys, you can clearly see LeBron James being carried by Anthony Davis this season. And now, over these last couple of games, the Lakers have won 5-6 games in a row. All the LeBron James fans are coming out of the woodworks now, but you couldn't find them Any of the other years that LeBron James began bounced down the first round, or the years that LeBron James' team didn't even make the playoffs, like where were his LeBron James fans in 2022 when he told us to keep that same energy? Where were all the LeBron James fans at then? They weren't keeping that same energy. LeBron James wasn't keeping the same energy, so he released a tweet. Where were his fans then? Where were they in 2023? Where were they last season when LeBron James was breaking up game winners, right? Potential game winners in the playoffs. Where were his fans then? They're nowhere to be found. Right? They're nowhere to be found. Any of these things going on. They never want to talk about the turnovers. They never want to talk about the plus minus for LeBron James. But I remember LeBron James coming to a post-game press conference either last year or the year before. Might have been last season. And he read off his plus minus. This man came to a post-game press conference, read off his stats and his plus minus in a game that they lost, basically saying, hey, my plus minus was good. I don't know why we lost. But then LeBron James fans would be like, oh, who cares about plus minus? Well, LeBron James apparently does because he read it off to highlight and show that he wasn't the reason why the Lakers lost that game that day. But what we're highlighting here is, once again, the negative impact that LeBron James is having on the court, but yet the Lakers are still on a 6-game winning streak. So if you look at these last 2 games that the Lakers have played against the Clippers, they're 2-0. Great. LeBron James, guys, is -6 in those 2 games. -6. He was -1 the first game, -5 last night. This is what LeBron James does on the court. No positive. Luka Doncic was like a plus 19 last night or whatever he was. How many nights have you seen LeBron James as the only starter negative? All the other starters are plus. LeBron James is a negative. You know why that is, guys? Because when LeBron James out there, he ain't playing no D. He ain't hustling. He ain't hustling on the rebounds. And he takes a lot of bad shots. LeBron James, once again, was tied for the most shots taken last night, but was he the most points scored last night? No. He was actually the 3rd leading scorer in a game where he was tied for the most shots taken. This is classic LeBron James, guys. He'll have many games where he takes the most shots on the team, but he's the 2nd, 3rd leading scorer on the team. Most nights. That's how it always goes. That's why you're negative. You're just chucking up shots. I told you, LeBron James is averaging, I believe, 17, 18 shots this season. He might be averaging 18 or 19 shots this season. I told you, LeBron James should be averaging about 15 shots on average. About 15 shots. But instead, he's out there taking 17, 18, 20 shots sometimes out there. 22 shots out there sometimes. I told you, he should be playing about 25 minutes a game and taking about 12 to 15 shots a game. That would help the Lakers immensely. And he should be giving more effort on the defensive end. But he won't do these kinds of things. So, like I said, LeBron's after being carried by Luka Doncic and the rest of his teammates, when he scored 17 points last night, which is great for LeBron James, but drew a -5. 8 more turnovers last night. So not only is LeBron James a -6 in both Clipper games combined that the Lakers won, even though he's a -6, he combined for 12 turnovers in those 2 games, guys. 8 turnovers last night. He had 4 turnovers the night before against the Clippers. 8 turnovers in 2 games for an average of 6 turnovers a game, guys. 6 turnovers a game. LeBron James averaging those 2 wins. So they won, even though LeBron James was a -6 in the plus minus, even though he had 12 turnovers, still won. Not playing any defense, the Lakers still won, guys. They still beat the Clippers. So either the Clippers are really that bad, like I've been telling you, there's no great teams in the NBA, or once again, the advantages that LeBron James teams get, because like I said, the Clippers are playing against LeBron James, Lakers, and the referees. But remember, the Lakers are the only team in the NBA with 2 top 10 players. According to ESPN and a lot of these other publications and analysts out here, LeBron James is still a top 10 player, and Luka Doncic is a top 10 player, is he not? No other team has that luxury. No other team. So once again, the Lakers win last night despite LeBron James having 8 turnovers and just chugging up a bunch of nonsensical shots that he shouldn't have shot. Where'd he go? 2 for 7 from 3-point range last night? I believe LeBron James is combined for 3 of 14 or 3 of 15 in the 2 games against the Clippers from the 3-point line? So you're not making any of the 3-point shots. You continue to chuck threes up, though. But LeBron James will say that 3-pointers are killing the NBA. Wait, I thought it was us. I thought we are killing the NBA. These guys don't know what they're talking about. First, they'll talk about the effort. They'll talk about the load managing. They talk about, oh, the guys are shooting too many threes. That's why the NBA is all jacked up. But then you guys try to blame the fans. It's our fault the NBA is jacked up. We don't make these guys chuck those threes up. I don't make them do this. They do it on their own because they're lazy. And once again, they think that that's what fans want to see. A bunch of 3-point shots being chucked up by guys who can't shoot. No, I told you, we don't mind Steph Curry going out there and doing what Steph Curry does. But nobody wants to see these other clowns out here like Anthony Edwards take 14, 15 threes a game. Nobody wants to see this nonsense, guys. So you guys know the deal. LeBron James still being carried. So he was being carried the first half of the season by Anthony Davis. Now it seems that he's going to be carried by Luka Doncic. Once again, Luka Doncic having the burden of playing with LeBron James, so he has to figure everything out. It's always on the other players to figure out how they're going to fit with LeBron James. It's never the burden. It's never on LeBron James to figure out how to help Chris Bosh or to help Dwayne Wade or to help Anthony Davis or help Luka Doncic. That's never what it's been about. It's always, what can these guys do for me? Because it's all about LeBron James, right? The team's always like, LeBron James needs help. Not the Lakers need help, or the Cavaliers need help, or the Miami Heat need help. It's LeBron James needs help. But yet he's the greatest player of all time, but he always needs help. Doesn't make any sense, guys. I told you, they constantly expose LeBron James with these narratives. And that's why we laugh about LeBron James and making the plays around him better. No, the players have to mold and figure out how to be the best versions of themselves. And the burden's on them to be consistent versions of themselves and to, quote unquote, help LeBron James. So Luka Doncic has been doing that over the last several games now, finding a rhythm, it looks like, trying to, once again, mold his game and help LeBron James. And in doing so, Luka Doncic and the Lakers are continuing what Anthony Davis and the Lakers were doing earlier this season, leading and carrying LeBron James this year to a playoff spot. I believe now the Lakers are number 2 in the West. Think about that, guys. The Lakers are the number 2 seed in the West. This is how bad the Western Conference is, right? Because once again, when we think about the Lakers this season, they were very inconsistent the first 30, 40 games this season. So they were winning all these home games, but they couldn't win consistently on the road. But yet and still, despite all of these things, the trades, all this stuff, they're number 2 in the Western Conference, guys. Once again, they're getting the free throw help. They're getting the personal fouls help. LeBron James allowed to travel, carry the ball up and down the court. Same thing with a lot of these guys. You saw the video of AOH he posted of Luka Doncic dribbling the basketball off the court. I mean, the man literally had his whole hand under the ball. The ball got stuck under his arm, bobbled around like that, and then he was able to put the ball back down and keep dribbling like nothing happened. The referees, no one cared. And like I said, the defenders didn't even have enough, wherewithal to try to steal the ball from this guy. But this is the skills that we're watching right now in the NBA. So the Lakers are allowed to have all these advantages over their opponent. And like I said, they're the only team in the NBA with 2 top 10 players on their roster. But we're supposed to be impressed with the Lakers as a number 2 seed. This is what I've been talking about, guys. Where have the Lakers been as a number 1, or number 2, or a number 3 seed all these other years? Right? All the free throw advantages, all the help that the Lakers have gotten, LeBron James' team has gotten. But yet somehow these guys are fighting for a plane every year. That's what we're talking about. So now all of a sudden this year, the Lakers have had to help with the schedule, the easiest schedule all season. LeBron James hasn't played a lick of defense. So he rested essentially the first half of the season to what, now give some effort over the last week? And we're supposed to be impressed with that? No one's impressed with that. No one respects that nonsense. But like I said, you're playing with Luka Doncic, who is easily a top 3, top 5 player in the league. And we're supposed to be impressed now with the Lakers winning some games, beating some teams at home. I don't get it, man. Like I said, I'm not impressed with LeBron James and what he does on the court out there being carried by his teammates that they keep telling us are no good. They're not good, they're his teammates, I thought. These are the guys picking up all the slack for LeBron James. They're the ones doing the rebounding. They're the ones playing the defense. They're the ones doing these things. But LeBron James out there cherry picking for baskets, not playing any defense, picking and choosing when he wants to exert himself, turn the ball over at a high level. So the man's literally one of the top players in turnovers in the NBA, guys, in his 22nd season. 8 turnovers last night. Your team still wins, though. 12 turnovers in 2 games against the Clippers. Your team still wins by 6 points in each game. You're chucking up all these shots, but your team is still able to win. They're carrying you out there. You're a -6 in both games. -6. But they still won these games. How many times I told you guys, did you see LeBron James -15, -12, -20 this season? Lakers still won some of these games. Because guys like Anthony Davis and the other guys picking up the slack, covering for LeBron James. So the NBA is going to continue to help LeBron James with the free throws. And like I said, guys, all this is really going to do is put the Lakers in maybe a good position for the first time in a playoffs. So let's say the Lakers finish the number 2 seed. I don't see them catching the Oklahoma City Thunder for a number 1 seed. So let's say the Lakers finish in the 2 seed. Once again, now all the pressure's on the Lakers. Here come the expectations. And that's where LeBron James struggles, under pressure and expectations. And now all of a sudden you got to go out there and beat some of these teams in a best of 7. This isn't a 1 game in a regular season. The referees gave you a bunch of free throws. Well, the guy was off that night. They gave you a bunch of foul calls. You were traveling all over the place. You guys got the win, no doubt. You're going to have to beat some of those teams 4 games out of 7. 4 times out of 7 games. And I do not see the Lakers doing that. Once again, that negates a lot of the nonsense that the Lakers, or the help the Lakers get, because a 7-game series, guys, usually the better team is going to win that series. Usually, more often than not, the better team, not always, but usually the better team will win a series like that, a 7-game series. Like I told you, if the Lakers are going to do anything this year, it's going to be because of Luka Doncic, not because of LeBron James. And that's the main factor here, guys. That's the problem for LeBron James and his fans. It's not going to be because of LeBron James the Lakers win a championship. He's not going to lead them there. It's going to be Luka Doncic leading them there the way he's been leading them the last couple of games. And they've won these last couple of games despite LeBron James and his antics, his negative plus minus, his 12 turnovers, him breaking up all these three-point shots, him not playing a lick of defense, having no leadership. Those are the facts, guys. You guys know the deal, man. That's how the Lakers have been this season, right? They'll win 5 or 6 in a row, then they'll lose a couple in a row. They'll win 3 in a row, then they'll lose a couple in a row. Win 1, lose 1. That's inconsistent, guys. And once again, the Lakers don't do anything consistently great. They're not a great rebounding team or a great defensive team. And they played some solid defense over the last week or two. But once again, guys, it's the regular season. Like I said, we'll see what happens when they got to play the Denver Nuggets in a 7-game series, or they got to play OKC in a 7-game series, or they got to play the Clippers in a 7-game series, or the Dallas Mavericks in a 7-game series, the Houston Rockets in a 7-game series. We'll see what these teams do then. We'll see what it looks like then. I'm not impressed with anything the Lakers have been doing this season. I'm not impressed with LeBron James this year and what he's doing. Once again, still doing the things he's been doing all these years. Wake me up when this man can make an all-defensive team again. Wake me up when this man wins an MVP in his 30s. Remember when MVP in his 30s, now he's 40, and now people talking about, oh, LeBron James is a top 5 MVP candidate. That's an absolute joke. LeBron James is a top 5 MVP candidate on a team that he's been getting carried on all year? LeBron James has been the best player in the Lakers. Anthony Davis was clearly the best player in the Lakers when he was there, and Luka Doncic is obviously the best player on this team. They're only going as far as Luka Doncic takes them. That's the bottom line, guys. That's the bottom line here. It don't matter how great LeBron James is. If Luka Doncic is not great, playing good, the Lakers going nowhere. Those are the facts, guys. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.